Hidden behind the stage and heavy black curtains, plastic chairs were arranged in a semicircle. Half of them were occupied. 5 young men sitting scattered, caught between exhaustion and adrenaline after the performance. When Jan stepped closer, the conversations faded. Nearest sat Rael, the group's leader. Dark hair still falling loosely over his eyes, his face serious, almost too grown up for his age. He watched her without speaking, brow slightly furrowed. The kind of person who doesn't need to speak loudly. His presence alone is enough. Beside him was Jin. Sharp eyes, a smile that arrived before any thought, and a tongue faster than common sense, or perhaps precisely as fast as it needed to be. He nudged Vex quietly with his elbow. "Is that her?" he whispered. Vex stared openly. Insane. Kai, leaning back slightly further, observed her more carefully. His gaze was quiet, analytical, the kind of person who sees things before others have even registered them. She doesn't look like a fan. At the far end of the semicircle, Leo sat slightly sideways, one leg crossed over the other, apparently relaxed. His pink hair almost glowed under the stage lights. As Jan stepped closer, that familiar smile of his crept automatically across his face, the one that usually made girls forget to breathe. Jan didn't even notice him. His smile stopped for a moment. The manager cleared his throat nervously. "So, boys, this is the girl I told you about." "You're talking like you found a lost treasure," Jin muttered. "Maybe I did," the manager replied. Jan, meanwhile, had already stepped to the small table, taken a water bottle without asking, and opened it. The boys just watched her. "Good evening," she said calmly, then added, "By the way, I'm very tired, so it would be great if we skipped the strange part where everyone just stares at each other." Complete silence for 1 second. Then Jin almost choked on his laughter. Rael hid his smile behind his hand. Vex said quietly, "She's insane." And Leo looked at her properly for the first time, not as a pretty girl, as a problem. And suddenly, that interested him very much.
"What's your name?" Rael asked. "Jan." "I'm Rael." He gestured around. "That's Jin, Kai, Vex." Vex gave her a serious nod. "And Leo." Leo waved lazily. "Nice to meet you." "Mm-hmm." She didn't look at him again. Vex had to turn his head away to avoid laughing out loud. The manager stepped in quickly. "So, we're filming a new music video. We need a lead female role, someone with energy, someone who doesn't look artificial." "And?" Jan asked. "The boys saw you dancing." Jin immediately added, "That flip thing was insane." "I didn't do anything special." "If you call that nothing special, then we're all unemployed," Vex muttered. For the first time, the corner of Jan's lips lifted almost imperceptibly. Leo noticed immediately, and for reasons he couldn't explain, he suddenly wanted her to do it again. The manager continued. "We'd offer you a collaboration. Training first, then filming. The fee will be very good." "How good?" The boys almost simultaneously looked at the manager. "Jan," Rael began, slightly cautiously. "What?" She looked at them. "You all do this for the beauty of the world?" Jin laughed. "All right, now I really like her." The manager told her the number. Jan was quiet for a few seconds. Properly quiet. For the first time. That's not a small amount of money. It isn't. She looked at each of them in turn. Rael, calm, a leader who carries the group with quiet dignity. Jin, sharp, witty, the type who writes the rap before he even knows what it's about. Kai, careful, the one who feels music deeper than he hears it. Vex, young, quiet, but deadly on stage. Then Leo.
He was watching only her, too calmly, too precisely, as if trying to work her out. She didn't like that. "And what's the catch?" she asked quietly, because offers like this usually aren't honest. The manager shook his head almost frantically. "Nothing's wrong. It's just, you fit the concept." "What concept?" This time, Leo answered, calmly, slowly. "You don't look like you want to be here." Yun finally looked at him directly, and for the first time all evening, he had the feeling that someone had taken his breath away for a second. Her eyes were almost unreally blue. "Because I don't," she said. Silence. Then she added, "But I like the money." Jin burst out laughing. Vex leaned back. Even Rael had to hide his smile. Kai simply looked away thoughtfully, as if already writing words for a new song in his head. But Leo didn't laugh, because he had just realized something very dangerous. That the girl who doesn't even want to be there interests him far too much.